everyone. I'm Mike Lowe, and we are here in MLB The Show 24. I just wanted to get a quick video out and just start collecting some thoughts and feedback from you all on what we're looking for this year with the game. I, of course, have a list of what I'm looking at and things that I want to talk about, and straight really curious to kind of get the community's feedback as well. I know there's a lot of content out there, and again, I try to keep this, especially with the show, one of kind of my original followings on YouTube here is this community, and so I know a lot of the answers are going to be like, yeah, what we did before, like play the whole 162 game season and that sort of thing. And that's fair. Also, just like looking outside the box of just like not always doing the exact same thing. So whether that's Road to the Show, whether that's still playing franchise, but maybe going at a faster pace, or even something that we could maybe kind of like mock up our own March to October, which you can do now with sort of the new, I forget what they're called, but like enter at any point mode that they have in franchise, which is really cool. So there's a lot to talk about with the game, as always. Some things have changed, some things have not. There's pros and cons on both ends of that spectrum. And yes, I'm tinkering with sliders. I know that's going to be a question that comes up too. But again, really just trying to get back just into playing the game of baseball here and not looking for the perfect slider set or the perfect roster or the perfect equipment and all of that stuff. To me, it's just get into the game and start playing it, start enjoying it. It's not perfect. There's still a lot of things here that I see as legacy issues that are still happening. But I think the more we can kind of talk about these things and maybe try to put some constructive criticism out there, it's potentially helpful. It's useful. I live 15 minutes away from the studio, and so it's always something that I've said before that like I would love to connect with them to try and share some of these ideas that not only I have, but the community has as well. And I think it would make a lot of sense to kind of get more people involved on the franchise side of things. You'll hear the discussion a lot about like, well, Diamond Dynasty is what makes money, and even Road to the Show, they sell equipment, and so those are the modes that they're focused in. And you're not wrong, but I think that if the conversation ends there, I do think it's a little premature. And the reason I say that is like, what do we all watch on the weekends? Or what do you watch when you watch baseball or golf or hockey or football? You watch the professional leagues. You don't just watch like two random people playing down the street, right? There's a disconnect there. If we're able to make all of this money as a studio by using Diamond Dynasty and that sort of thing, imagine if you can actually fuse in the elements that we're surrounded by in real life, which, by the way, are vastly more popular than any other format. You can fuse that together. There's whole other avenues. So while I understand what people are saying, like that's the moneymaker, that's where the attention's going, I feel it's very short-sighted to stop there. There is a disconnect. There is a massive disconnect, not just with this game, sports gaming in general. This was kind of going way back, right? The genesis of gaming as far as sports games was like, just get players on the field and play. I'm talking like Atari days where it's like, oh, cool, we have 3-on-3 football. But after that, the big progression was getting into these modes where you could trade and you could sign and you could continue on with your calendar and season from year to year. That was a massive undertaking. It was huge. And it's what put sports gaming on the map. So this disconnect, like I'm tired of hearing that it's not important. If it wasn't important, no one would be watching the pro sports that we watch. While you can make arguments that in certain areas numbers are down, that's not the case. Numbers are increasing with all of these sports. You're getting more people involved. They're doing look at the social the marketing and so the social media marketing that these teams and leagues are doing, for better or worse. They're out there and they're connecting. And so there is a disconnect in the gaming world, the sports gaming world in particular, when it comes to franchise mode play. So all of that to say is I'm creating this video just to, say hello. We're back into the show here, among other games. But what else can we do here? What can we talk about? How can we start to bring this to light? How can we do more than just play and talk strategy like we've done in the past? But there's a lot more here to it. And so I kind of issue the challenge, not just to myself, but for you all as well. Leave comments. Let me know what you're thinking, questions, frustrations, whatever it is, because it's all fair game here. Again, I just ask for you to be constructive about it. And so I think that's how we can maybe start getting the ball moving here. It's a small thing, but I think it's something that could be beneficial. And who knows, whether it's the show or somewhere else, we're able to kind of make inroads into improving these games and to be more of kind of what we want. As far as the show here, I'm starting a franchise with the Tampa Bay Rays. I'll be getting into that more in future videos. But if you look on Wikipedia, they're the only team in baseball who does not have a GM. It just says vacant. And so a lot of teams kind of have like that, president of baseball operations role, and a lot of times it's like a dual role. But this is one, the Rays don't, they have a president of baseball, but they don't have an actual GM. So in this fictitious scenario that we'll be kind of going through with franchise, I've jumped into that role. It's opening day. We have a good team that won 99 games last year. So it's not just like your generic rebuild, but we're a small market team. And I love the way the Rays are set up financially in this game. And so we're going to get into all of that and a lot more. So if you haven't subscribed already to this channel, please do. Definitely in this video, leave a comment, leave some questions, because I just want to get that conversation going. It kind of helps me to even steer kind of the direction that we're going with videos and things like that. So it's super appreciated. It's, of course, super appreciated for all the previous years as well. And I'm just super excited to be back into it. Excuse me, talking with all you, and just again, really just getting the most we can out of these games in a year where we're going to get NCAA football back, and there's just so much going on right now. So I think it's a really, really good time to kind of, I guess, strike while we're warming up the iron. Maybe the iron's not hot just yet, but we can start to kind of wrap our hands around that and maybe make some inroads, as I said before. So thanks, everyone. Appreciate you checking out the video. I'll see you soon.